Hello guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrapping 2, and today I'm going to be going over several different things. First, beginning of this week I had made a little goodie bag for my kids' teachers for Valentine's Day, and I had some requests on how I made the bag using the gift bag punch board. So I'm going to be going over that, and also how I color the frog. So I'm going to explain a little more on the coloring of the frog. They wanted to know how I achieved that glowing effect, and so I'll be going over that today. So today's video might be a little bit longer than my normal videos. And another thing that was brought to my attention was that my videos were sometimes some of them were kind of dark, and I didn't realize it until I started to kind of really watch my videos. And yes, some of them are really dark, and that's probably because of my lightings. And I had moved my desk from the other side of the room to where I am now. And if you saw my craft room tour, I mentioned that I have windows all along one wall. That's where my desk used to be, but the sun was really hot, so I moved it to the other side of the room, and now the windows are behind me, and I think it's casting a shadow, so my videos were a little dark. So I'm going to work with that, work on that, where I can kind of change around either the lighting or put more lighting or something so that the videos won't be so dark for you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching, and please be patient with me while I kind of switch things around with the lighting, and hopefully the video will be a lot more brighter so you guys can see better. Okay, let's take a look at this gift bag punch board. This is the board that I used to make, to make the baggies, the goodie bags for my kids' teachers. I don't have a sample to show you because I already gave them away. And so just like any of the punch boards that We Are Memory Keepers has, it has this pull-out thing, and this is like your scoring tool. And then you see that over here there's like a yellow line here. This is where you're going to line up the paper with this yellow line. And then you see the small, medium, and large. That's the size of the bag that you're going to make. This is going to be the actual width of the bag. So the largest you can make using the punch board's measurement, this bag right here, this size is the largest you can make width-wise. But the length-wise, you can make it as long as you want. So you can even use a 12 by 12 and it'll be like that long, right? 12 by 12. In order to make the largest bag right here, you're going to need, or this size, something like this. This is a 12 by 12, 12 inches by 6 inches. So you're going to need the length of the 12 inches. And then you're going to have to decide where you want the bottom of the bag is going to be. For something like this, it doesn't matter which way, it's going to be the same design. But if you were to have something like this, I found example like this text, you're going to have to decide where the bottom of the bag is going to be. And of course, because this is a text design, or it can't be upside down, so this right here is going to be the bottom portion of your bag. So if that's the case, you have to place it the other way, upside down, because this portion is going to be the bottom of the bag. So let me show you what I mean. So you do need a 12-inch paper for the large size. That's what I'm going to make. And then you stick it all the way in, and then you line it up to this yellow line. Just like all the punches, and then you punch. And then you're going to go horizontal, and then I'm going to choose the large. So I'm going to go down the L right there for the large size, because this is going to be my width of the bag. So now you made this score line. You're going to line up this score line to this yellow line. And then once you've done that, you're going to punch. Okay, and now this point, you're going to still go horizontal. You're going to go horizontal the whole way, the whole time. But now, instead of scoring at the L right here, you're going to score it right here. It says side. So you're going to score that portion. And then you're going to make the V notch here. And then go down. So there's already score marks there for you. So all you have to do is kind of like find the score mark and then go down. So this right here is going to be your gusset of the bag. Okay. That's going to be this portion right here. So after that, you're going to line up the last line again. And then you're going to punch. And then go horizontal. And then again go down the L sign. And then you're going to do the same thing. The last line to that yellow line. And then punch. This is going to be again your gusset. So you're going to go horizontal. You're going to go down this side mark right here. Do the V notch. And then go down the center. After that, you're going to again line up the last line. And then punch. So there you go. So it'll look like this once it's done. And then, so over here you have a little thing right here. You're gonna just cut that, like I make a V notch right here. Like that. That's gonna be where you're gonna put your adhesive. So, if you take a look at the other side of the gift bag right here, the reverse side, there's another punch. And this is gonna be the punch for the holes. As you can see right here. See the holes? So it's gonna make that hole right there. So that you can tie maybe ribbon or baker's twine or whatever. But I normally don't use this because it doesn't match up too well. For me, that is. Maybe it's just my user error, but I'm not sure. So what you're supposed to do is line up again to that. There's a little notch right there. You're going to line that up. I can't really see right above, but you're going to punch. And it's going to punch that little hole. Okay, so, and then you're going to line up the second line right here. This line. Okay, and it's going to make that hole right there. Alright, and then you're going to skip this line and then go to this line right here and punch. Okay, like so. and then you're going to move to the next line right here. So you punch where this is, line it up, and then punch it. Like so, like that. Okay, and then the last one. Yeah, I think we still needed that because of this notch. If I didn't do this right here, we wouldn't have this hole. So after that's done, you're going to reinforce all the score line. You can see it better this way, you see? So this right here is where you're going to put your adhesive. Normally I would use a very strong adhesive like a score tape, but for demonstration purposes I'm only going to put the ATC right here. Go ahead, and it usually matches up well. Okay, like that. Oh, I forgot. You were supposed to have scored all of these too. On like so. Then that gives you that gift bag. Okay, like that. So again, for something like this with the text, if I want it to be right side up, then you need to flip it. Okay, just remember, right side up, you gotta flip it and do it this way. Alright, so that's how I made the bag, and let's move on to the frog. Okay guys, now I'm going to do a voiceover because I want to speed this up a little. I have a couple samples over here that I made. The one on the left is I blended it using Gamsol. As you can see, it gives you a really easy blend, and this is a really great way to blend your color pencils. The one in the middle I didn't use any Gamsol, and the one on the right is with Inktense pencils. So with different color pencils and with different techniques, you can achieve different looks. So the one in the middle is the one I used for the bag. I just want to talk about a little bit more about Gamsol. What Gamsol is a solvent, and that breaks down the color pencils to give you that even smooth, and it's going to smooth out into the crevices of the paper. Okay, so this right here, I didn't use any Gamsol, and I used just the color pencils to do the blending. So I don't know if you can tell the difference between these two, but the one I use without the Gamsol has more of like a glow to it than the one on the left. So someone had asked me what I did differently to make this frog look kind of more glowing. And honestly, I didn't do anything different. I just kept going back and forth with the colors to get that depth of a look. So I'm going to color this frog with you today, and I'm using the Spectrum Noirs Essential set. I chose 3 greens. I chose a dark green, medium green, and a light green. And I think the color choices make a difference as well, because you want a color that's kind of on the same color family, of course, and something that's right, like close to each other, but I personally don't like it really close to each other. I kind of like the what is that? The contrast between the dark and the light. So what I'm doing now is I'm going in with my darkest color, and I'm kind of laying down where I want my darkest to be. And a lot of the times when I color, this is how I begin. I always begin with my darkest, and then I move on to my lightest. And I go back and forth until I'm satisfied with my coloring. So as you can see, I'm not putting too much pressure here. And this is my medium. And as you can see, I'm going over where I put the dark and bringing it out a little more. So I'm going to do this for all the areas where I put the dark. And I don't know if you can see this on camera, but when I'm coloring, I'm not just going one way. What I mean by that is I don't just color up and down or side to side. I change directions all the time. So I'm going side to side. Sometimes I'm going up and down, and sometimes I do circular motions. And that's because I don't want to clog up the tooth of the paper, because I want to keep layering on more colors. This way actually takes longer to color because you have to go back and forth uh, for quite a bit of time until you reach that color level. So here I pulled out a nature set. So the Spectrum Noir pencils, there's 5 sets. There's Essentials, Marines, Florals, Primaries, and Nature. And you can buy the sets individually. And I chose out one of the darker colors from the nature set because I wanted my darker green to be darker than what it is now. So I chose out a darker green. And I'm going back and putting where I want the darkest to be again. I didn't realize as I was coloring this, but the first color that I did for the frog, I used a wax-based pencil. Spectrum Noir is not a wax-based pencil, it's oil-based pencils, just like the Faber-Castell Polychromos. I do own both, and I think the Spectrum Noirs does a really good job in blending. And so compared to the Polychromos blend well too, but the Spectrum Noirs are cheaper. So if you're on the market for colored pencils and you are kind of not sure about what to get, for the oil pencils, I think the Spectrum Noir pencils do a really good job. So I keep going back and forth, but each time I layer on the lighter color, I always go over the entire thing. So I'm layering it on top of each other over and over. And by using Gamsol, you don't have to take this long to do the blending, because you can blend it a lot faster with the Gamsol because it breaks down the colors. But I notice after a while, I can no longer add on colors. So once you blend it out with the Gamsol, you can still add on more colors. But what I'm saying is, after layering, there's only so much you can layer. That's what I'm saying. I feel that you can layer on more colors just by using the color pencils by themselves. So it really depends on the look that you're going for, and also how fast you want to color. So because I love to color, I like to just grab images or stamps or whatever, and I sit there when I'm watching TV or something, and I just color. It's just very therapeutic for me. So it really depends on my mood and how I want to color. So for this particular frog, I wanted him to really have that glowing effect. And so I decided to just use the pencils. So I'm not going to completely finish this frog, but I just wanted to explain a little further on how and why I colored this frog the way I colored it. So as long as you just keep going back and forth, layering on more and more colors, the colors will all blend very well. So you do not want to put heavy pressure because you don't want to leave a pencil mark, because that's going to be very hard to blend. So each time I'm layering on more colors on top of each other, the darker part of the frog, I am putting just a little bit more pressure than before. But just like the ones I showed you in the samples, like the one I blended with the Gamsol, that's the most I can layer color-wise. I can't layer on any more colors on that. But the middle one that I only use just the colored pencils, even now I can still put on more colors and the paper will still take the color, because I think the tooth is not completely filled up yet. So that's the difference. So you can decide on what look you like to achieve and how long you want to color for. So with coloring, I think the more you practice, the better you're going to get. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. And later on, I will be doing some color pencil comparisons. So stay tuned for that. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.